Next video is called Star Fox Adventures Review.
Hello. It's a time for you to die.
Oh, okay.
No, it's time for a Star Fox Adventures review for the GameCube, or known in Japan as, what was it? Dinosaur Planet? And was going to be for the 64. But after Nintendo's bringing up that the main character in the game looked like Fox McCloud, Rareware...
Fox McCloud.
Wait, where'd it go?
I thought there was only a Kevin McCloud.
Rareware decided they would team with Nintendo to create Star Fox Adventures. And so, it is time for the review.
Wow. Crazy stuff.
Many of you would know this
Why
game
is it
as,
such bad quality? It is
hardly
11
able
years
to
ago,
call
but
Star
man,
Fox game.
it's 11 years ago, and it's such bad quality, but yet somehow that Herobrine video was even higher quality.
have all the Star Fox characters, but very few instances in the
11 years ago
gameplay
again?
do you feel like
2012?
you're playing a Star
Yeah.
Fox game. In fact, although this is a very good game, considering it's a Star Fox game, I'd say players are very let down. Now, if you were looking for an action-adventure game, this is one of the all-time greats, right up there with some of the Zelda games. Now, the puzzles aren't as great, clever as the Zelda games, but the controls are actually, in my opinion, more smooth, and you do get about the same amount of items. So, yeah.
Why is it
Your main
so
weapon, instead of
bad?
being the Master Sword.
Why has this been a request in the reaction?
But you know, it's a cool stick. You can use it to shoot fire and open doors and whack peoples with it. Now, one of the best things about this game is the graphics. The graphics for this game are absolutely gorgeous. You know, they're not as cool style as games like Star Fox Assault, so it doesn't feel like a Star Fox game in that way, but, you know, for a game that takes place on a beautiful green forest-filled planet, they really nailed it with the graphics. Even
Really
though
nailed
the
it.
character design
I can
wasn't
definitely
very
see
good,
how much
maybe
they
could've
nailed
given
it.
Fox longer arms or bigger hands, or maybe fixed his eyes or something. They still move incredibly well. Every
Incredible.
animation just kind of blends into the next one, and you'll very few times throughout this gameplay find glitches or frame rate issues. I did say this is not at all like a Star Fox game, but there are some R-Wing missions. In fact, there's maybe 5. Actually, more than in Star Fox Assault, though they're not nearly as long. You could probably finish them in about, if you played through all of them, it'd probably take about 5 minutes. And though they're fun, they're not presented very well. It's, they're okay, and they do feel like Star Fox, but it's just not very good. Now, the main thing that sets this off from other Zelda games is that the game mechanic, the kind of clever twist they have in this one, is the use of Prince Tricky, the dinosaur.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys are probably very annoyed by him. And rightfully
Very
so.
annoyed.
He
I
can
am
get a little
angry, actually.
whiny. But, he's really helpful in the long run. It's very clever using the C-stick. While you're doing things. In Zelda games, you have to pause to use inventory. But in this game, you can simply scroll through it with the C-stick while you're doing other things. So you can be telling Tricky to do something, pushing a crate, and equipping a different weapon all at the same time without having to pause, which is very clever. Over a while, there is a little bit of an issue with the inventory. You'll gain up a lot of things, and it might take a while to scroll through them all with the C-stick, considering you'll have a very small HUD area to scroll through them with. But it is overall very fun. The combat in this game is pretty cool. You can get different kind of weapons for your staff. But overall, the constant smacking of the stick does get a little bit repetitive, and though it looks really cool, it just eventually feels a bit empty.
Very much empty.
Voice acting, I'd say the voices were okay.
I couldn't agree more.
Wasn't good,
I know.
and script
Couldn't
could have
agree
been
more.
fixed a little better. It's kind of hard to tell what kind of audiences this game was aimed for. It's rated T.
I know. I can't understand either.
Gameplay and some.
Actually, I can't understand the
violence
thing.
if you're into that stuff. But
It's hard to
at
tell.
the same time, it has a lot of You know, you'll find childish humor and
Very
jokes mostly
childish.
only children would get. So I'd say this is kind of for a universal audience, which is
Very
good. You know, Nintendo does that well. It almost feels like a Sega game.
Very Sega.
The game is actually, when you first play it, pretty long. It can take you, if you play about an hour a day, it'd probably take you at least 2 weeks to finish. Now, if you know how all the puzzles go, you've gotten used to the controls and know how to use everything, then you could probably get through it in about 4 days if you just played it. There's not a lot of replay value. In fact, after you beat the game, the only thing you can do with your profile is rebeat the final boss. I gave this game, and bring in the angry comments, a 9. Yeah, it's that good.
Whoa. No, that's pretty crazy. Wow, that was wow. Very, very much interesting. What a shame that I have to rate it very low. Just because I couldn't understand, couldn't see it, didn't care. So I'm giving that one a 0 out of 10. Don't know why this was requested to me, but I reacted to it. I tried to, at least.